Hi, this is Ray Wallace at Homebridge Financial, and today we have a good one for you. We're going to talk about the top 10 mistakes that first-time homebuyers make when buying a house. This is important. We have a lot of millennials right now coming of age to be in the home buying, first-time homebuyer group, and so I think we're going to see a lot of new buyers in the market here pretty soon. So top 10 reasons. Number one, not calculating how much house you can afford. And so this is a problem when you go out and you're shopping for a house. You find your dream house. This is the one. And then you go talk to a lender and find out we can't make it work because it's too expensive. It's going to be much better if you go to your lender first, figure out how much you can afford for a house, then go shopping with that number in mind. Number two, not finding and working with trusted advisors. So this goes for all the people involved with your home purchase, your lender, your realtor, insurance, all that stuff. You want to be able to get their advice and find out what the best things to do are. Number three, not checking credit and correcting errors. So one thing you can do on your own is you can check your credit report from all three bureaus once every year. Look at this, make sure there's no errors on there, and correct those errors if you find any. Your lender's going to pull credit and will likely get a different score when your mortgage lender pulls your credit than what you pull on your own. Just be aware of that. Number four, changing employment suddenly. So you're in the middle of the loan program or loan process and you decide to change jobs right in the middle of it. This could have a disastrous effect on the outcome of your loan, especially if you're like moving towards being self-employed. Self-employed borrowers, we need to establish more stability. It's going to take longer to establish that stability for income. So don't go changing jobs in the middle of your loan and that purchase. Number five, not figuring out what down payment to put. Okay, so we have lots of loan programs from 0 down to 20% down and more. What is right for you and your family's financial future? On the one hand, you can get into a house for 0 down. Sometimes the terms of that loan aren't going to be as good as someone who's putting 20% down. On the other hand, if you're going to take a long time to save up 20%, the price of that house that you would have bought is going to be a lot more expensive by the time you have that 20%, and you might be better off putting less down. So talk to your trusted advisors about this. There's no one right answer for everybody. Not knowing whether to put discount points. I talk to a lot of borrowers who say, I don't want to put discount points. Just as a general rule, sometimes discount points can be very helpful and sometimes not. What a discount point is, this is a fee at closing. So this is going to be related to your interest rate. For example, you can pay discount points in order to get a lower interest rate, or you can have a higher interest rate and not pay discount points. It's your choice. What's the best thing? You can get a lot of benefit if you're going to have that loan for a long period of time if you pay some discount points, if they're not too expensive. So the price of those discount points can change on a daily basis. So it's good to talk to your lender about that as well. Number seven, emptying your savings. Okay, you saved up your money for your down payment, you saved up your closing costs, and now you're going to buy a house and you put it all towards the house, down payment and the closing costs. Now you move into the house and there's nothing left in your savings account. But there's rooms that need painted, you want to put some curtains up, and maybe there's some repairs that need to happen and you don't have any money to do it with. So it's a good idea to leave a little bit of reserves in your bank accounts when you're purchasing a home. Number eight, applying for credit before the sale is final. This is a very important one. So you're in the middle of your purchase, your loan is going swimmingly, and then all of a sudden you go to the appliance store and they want you to fill out credit so that you can buy your washer and dryer and kitchen table and some furniture and stuff like that, so you can move in and be ready when you move in next week. If the lender is probably going to pull credit right before closing, a soft pull, and if they find out that there's new credit out there, that may bring you right back to the drawing board as far as getting your approval. And that's not something you want to do that week before closing. Number 9, shopping for a house before shopping for a lender. We kind of alluded to this before, but if you're shopping for a lender first, they're going to help you figure out how much you can afford and what sort of things to look for, and then shop for the home. Number 10, underestimating the cost of home ownership. So a lot of times, especially in our area here, I'm seeing that the cost of purchasing versus the cost of renting is often advantageous to buy, especially over the long term. But there are other costs besides your mortgage payment in owning a home. So you need to think about what sort of repairs and the lights and the utilities and all those other costs into purchasing a home. Anyways, those are the top 10 mistakes that might be made for purchasing a home. I hope these are helpful. Please like and subscribe and share, and comment below if you have any other ideas for new videos to come. Bye.